Hello everybody, welcome back to the next part of Syberia. First game, Syberia 1, I'm going to call it. I noticed something when I looked at the menu screen. There's a automaton over here, a male man I presume, in a top hat. But on this side there's a woman over here. I've never noticed that before. Female here. Interesting. Okay, back to the game. So as promised, at the beginning of each gameplay video here, I'm going to give you a fact on the real Syberia. So your fact for this video is a lake called Lake Baikal in Syberia is 5,387 feet deep, 397 miles long, and 50 miles wide, and it's the deepest lake on Earth. So, 5,387 feet deep. I think it's pronounced Lake Baikal. 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 B-A-I-K-A-L. So, and it's 20% of the world's fresh surface water comes from this lake. I think it said there's 300 and maybe 10 or 312 rivers that flow into this lake. And so it houses 20% of the world's fresh surface water. So there's your Syberia fact. Interesting. Alright, so in the last video we had collected these 4 gears. We picked up a brochure on the wall in the hotel area. And we have 2 faxes, and we're trying to find the notary in town to get him to notarize a new document for us. And we've stumbled across this guy out here, so let's see what he has to say.
Good morning. Are you open? Can I buy something from your bakery?
No, afraid not. Not possible. We're closed.
I can wait a while.
You can wait, but we're closed all day. Day of mourning.
I'm sorry. Please accept my condolences.
Don't worry about it. Because of Madame Vorarlberg's death, all the shops are closed. Mayor's decision. Try tomorrow.
Tomorrow I won't be here. That's a pity.
Okay. Say anything else?
We're closed. Try tomorrow.
Okay. Let's try to go in here.
No need to go down there.
Can't quite read the words, so I'm not even going to try to pronounce them. Got a door over here.
No need to go down there.
Oh, well, fine, Kate. Guess we won't go down there. Can't do anything with that bench. Ah, okay. There's the bench that I was trying to find. There's something laying on it here. Got a door here, a little door there. Let's go see what this is. A map. Maybe. Nope. Vadelen Gazette. Mourning the loss of the Queen of our hearts. Let us pay homage today to Anna Vorarlberg, who died peacefully yesterday at the age of 86. The great lady devoted her life to her business and our community. This formidable woman had an extraordinary energy, a force that allowed our automaton technology to develop and to make our valley continually proud. Her vitality was matched by her generosity and goodness, which has marked all of Valadolin's inhabitants. The mayor of our town has declared that today would be a day of collective mourning in honor of Madame Volberg. Her funeral will take place this morning at 10 a.m. in the parish church, officiated by the town's own priest. Okay, I don't know if I'm supposed to read that ecology first or probably the editorial. Yeah. Anna Volberg's death marks the end of an era in Valladolid. Madame Volberg was an outstanding woman who presided over Volberg manufacturing for more than 50 years. Her death seems to bring further loss in its wake, sounding the death knell of our automaton factory, the economic heart of our town. It is impossible to view her passing without concern for the future of our valley. In the last decade, computers, video games, and electronic robots have become prominent in our consumer society, rendering traditional clockwork mechanisms obsolete. The age of the wind-up toy is over. Such technology cannot compete in the modern economic climate and has fallen by the wayside. It would have been definitely consigned to oblivion if Volberg Manufacturing had not upheld its renowned savoir-faire, helping Valladolid to remain economically active. However, today the industry has lost its spiritual force and the future looks bleak. Maybe the time has come to celebrate the prospective American takeover of the factory, but what will be the cost to the soul of Valladolid? Ecology. The protest group Mountain Peace demonstrated yesterday near the site of New Espit Dam. They claim the construction of the dam has damaged the blue warbler's natural habitat. Intervention of the part of the forest ranger was necessary. Let me read that again. Intervention on part of the forest ranger was necessary to disperse the demonstrators. Okay. Stiff joints, chronic hangovers, need a spring in your step? Look no further. Dr. Schweizer's miracle elixir, one remedy for 1,000 woes. Okay. This picture's kind of odd looking. I don't know. They took somebody younger and made him look older. It almost looks like a Albert Einstein with less hair. Okay. Took that. Let's go check out this door. Okay, what do we got? Hand, a lever, a head.
If that's going to work, it looks like something's missing. This thing's jammed.
Okay, well, maybe I can use one of these faxes. No, not that one, but the other one. Ah, okay. Second one.
This thing's jammed.
It's jammed. There's a lever here too. Okay. Lower the head so it can see. Now pull the lever. Ah, okay. Cool. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. I've played this game a few times through over the years. That robot on the wall out there just kind of waved his arm like, you may enter the door now. I've never noticed that before. And yeah, right as you come in here, there's an item right here that you're going to need.
I should talk to the notary first.
Yeah, just make sure you notice that that's there. Otherwise you'll be looking for it. Desk, lamp. Should have made a save earlier and I didn't do it. Let's make one now. So this is from the last video. Basically where we started this one, so I'm going to make a new save. So now I should have 2. Okay. They're just sorting it, like, newest to oldest. Okay. Okay, anything we can steal or mess up or touch or break. Got a magnifying glass here. Let's just go behind the counter. Okay, what do we got? Approve, it says. Okay, you can open that. I don't have anything to put in there except cogwheels, which it's not going to want. We're not ready to do this yet anyway, but can come back here and mess with it. So apparently it is 2 p.m. right now in the game.
Hello, sir.
Miss Walker, I presume. Have you had a good journey?
Everything went very smoothly. Thank you.
Do take a seat, Miss Walker, please.
Well, what if I want to sit in this one? Fine, I'll sit in this one.
I imagine you are aware of the business that brings me here.
Of course, I was waiting for you.
So you can do these in any order. It's just for your own good that you do all of them. So just start at the top and make your way down.
I am the legal representative for the Universal Toy Company. I'm responsible for...
So I understood, Miss Walker.
Okay.
Miss Walker, I am afraid that the sale of the Vorarlberg factory is not as straightforward as it first seemed.
Whoa there. Everything was agreed. We'd obtained Anna Vorarlberg's consent, and her death does absolutely nothing to invalidate that. Now, I have to be back in New York the day after tomorrow, Metro Alphoter. My client and I are impatient to seal this deal.
I understand only too well, Miss Walker. There is an heir, Miss Walker.
Excuse me? An heir? But Madame Vorarlberg never married, as far as I know. And in my last conversation with her, she absolutely never mentioned this detail.
Miss Walker, believe me, I was more surprised than you are. Anna Vorarlberg sent me a letter 2 days before she died. Understand, Miss Walker, that had I known about this earlier, I would have informed you. I shall read you the document in my possession. I am so very old. It seems that today life is slipping away from me more quickly than I imagined, and I fear that I will not be of this world to sign the takeover contract for my dear factory. So, I must make this confession to you now. My brother Hans is still alive. It would not surprise me if you find this difficult to believe, but it is indeed the truth. You must remember his death, his funeral too. Even though you were very young at the time, it was but a sordid charade dreamt up by our father. To him, the very idea that his only son should wish to leave Baladilen and abandon the family business was unbearable. When Hans left, he preferred to think him dead and make everybody else believe this too. He obliged me to bear this terrible secret as well. I repeat that Hans is still alive, so when I die, it is he who becomes the sole and rightful heir of our factory.
Okay, I see. If Hans Vorarlberg is not dead after all, then I just have to sign the contracts with him. I suppose you've already contacted him? Where can I reach him?
The second half of the letter informs us that Hans Vorarlberg is somewhere in Syberia. I document in your hands to read at your leisure.
Okay. So I'm not going to read all this again because he just read it for us, but if you want to pause it and reread what was just said, here you go. Yeah. So this is the half he didn't read. He read this top half, so I'll read this bottom half. I've never had the chance to see my dear brother again, fortunately, though Hans and I have remained very close in thought. Throughout the years, I have been able to follow his meandering life as he sporadically sent me news. On occasions, he would write me letters, but they were rare, very rare, as my brother, since his unfortunate accident, has maintained a phobia for the written word. However, he has sent me several plans of automatons that I eagerly had made up at the factory, and I will admit that they have largely contributed to the success of Volberg Creations. Hans has always had a marvelous gift of breathing life into objects through clever combinations of cogwheels and springs. My little brother is a genius in the true sense of the word. Let us return to the matter in hand. Rest assured of my personal conviction that my brother will not object in the slightest to the sale of the factory. If I have already passed away when you come to read this letter, it is to him that the matter should be addressed. I received his last letter 6 months ago, posted from the north of Syberia. S-I, not S-Y, which is what the game's name is. They're actually using the correct spelling here. I regret to say that I have received no more recent news. I am aware of the difficult situation in which my confession and lack of further details leave you, but I wish to die with a clear conscience. I would be grateful, I'm not even going to try to say it, if you could inform the American law firm with whom I have been dealing of these developments. I have grown so old, so tired. Will all my respect and final greetings. Okay.
Anna Vorarlberg had no further information to add?
Unfortunately not, Miss Walker. I have told you as much as I know. The situation, in legal terms, is now clear. If you want to conclude this sale, you have to find Hans Vorarlberg. Apparently, there is a body lying in the town cemetery. There also seems to be some ghost wandering around Syberia. It seems you have your work cut out for you. Believe me, Miss Walker, when I say that I am most sorry for this regrettable setback. Most sorry.
Great. What now, then?
Perhaps you will find out more in the Vorarlberg factory archives. You will find the key in the waiting room. My role in this affair finishes here with the reading of this letter. And now, if you'll excuse me, I must rest. You see, my health is not excellent at the moment, and my doctor forbids me from working for too long. I will not detain you for any longer, Miss Walker. Do not forget to close the door as you go out.
Goodbye, sir.
Okay. So, we're just going to sneak over here and see what we got.
No need to go down there.
Oh, come on, Kate. Alright, nothing more. Nice office, bro, with your little telescope eyepiece. So I want to say that we need to use that letter we just got. So this is the one that was on the bench. The Val de Lynn Gazette, and then we just got the letter from Anna to the notary. giving me a X, probably because I don't have this yet. I think we need to find ink or something to pour in here and then put the paper down and we can get a notary approval. But we don't have the ink yet. So he said you'd find the key in the waiting room, which is over here. You can't take it until he tells you. Even if you find it beforehand. Now we can take it. Just gonna put that in our jacket. All comfortable like. Telescopic key. This is what we'll use to open that gate. So now we'll have entrance into the factory itself. But before we go to the factory, let's keep making our way down this direction to make sure that we don't miss out on anything else. The factory is obviously the...
No need to go down there.
Well,
No need to go down there.
I know you don't want to go down there, but what about over here? The factory is the objective, but we haven't seen everything here yet. Another door.
No need to go down there.
Okay. Okay, got us a gate down here. I think this is the end of the road. Can't go any further. Let's check out this gate. Hmm. She's doing all this on her own. Okay, so she wanted to go down there, but she didn't have a key. Okay, so the only place to go is to the factory gate now. Okay. Make our way over here. Oh, telephone.
Hello?
Kate,
Dan, I'm so pleased to hear your voice.
how are you, honey? Did you have a good journey? Have you settled in?
It was long, tiring, damp especially, but I'm okay. Especially when you...
Everything going as planned?
Yeah, I mean, well, not really. It's not exactly what I thought it would be. You know, everything's so different here.
Actually, while we're on the subject, I managed to free myself up tomorrow lunchtime. I'll come and meet you at the airport. I hope the flight from Paris won't be delayed. We're expected at the Goldbergs about 8 o'clock. I hope you have the time to take a shower and change, my poor honey bun.
Dan, I don't think the Goldbergs tomorrow night is really on.
Don't worry, Kate. You'll be as perfect as ever. Anyway, you never have to wear much to look really great.
Dan, I'm going to have to extend my stay here. There's one or two complications. You understand?
Kate, honey, what are you talking about? It's only a measly toy factory.
The sale isn't going through as expected. I've got to stay a bit longer. Dan, you don't mind, do you?
But Katie, you can't do this to me. I mean, it's the Goldberg contract. There's millions of dollars on the line here.
I know, I'm sorry. You go ahead. Don't worry about me. I'll get back as soon as I can, I promise. Okay, I've got to go. I'll call you back soon. Love you, honey.
Okay. I think it's her husband. I think. Okay, so we have this thing, which... Okay, it's active, so click on you with it.
That's going to work. It looks like something's missing.
Well, I had it equipped. There, okay. So now he telescopic. It was telescopic, so what it's like going into his head or something. Okay, pull this lever. There we go. So we already wound it. It was already pre-wound because we did that before, but yeah, like literally went all the way through his head into his hat. That's kind of weird. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we got multiple directions. 4 or 5 different paths if you consider the one we're already on. I guess we can just go left clockwise. Okay. Man, this game still looks really, really good. Bong! Okay, got a water wheel over here. It isn't doing what a water wheel is supposed to be doing, which is spinning. Okay. There's a bird chilling. Oh, I didn't even... Let's go back real quick. It says Volaberg right here. I just noticed that. Okay. Okay. Wow. It's like that scene in, well, this always made me think of the scene in Edward Scissorhands with Johnny Depp. There's things in that that look like these things. Just like an assembly line of automatons. It's freaking cool looking. You can see a better view of it. So they're kind of built into the frame of this thing on a moving assembly line. I guess they have their different tools. Yeah, he's got a drill on this arm. Can't interact with any of these. There's a door over here though. Surprisingly open. Okay, here's some water. Ah, okay. See the water wheel outside. So these are the controls for it. Got a hamster wheel. There's a lever here and a lever there. Looks like this is the only thing we can really interact with.
Doesn't look like that works.
Not until you pull it. Gonna have to do something else before I can, looks like a winding key goes in there. Gonna have to do something else before we can, go any further with this. Basically get the water wheel moving. Just remember it's here and come back. Okay, she's not going to walk around, so we got to go back this way. Go out to the main floor. So far this game's playing well and recording well. I haven't had any crashes or any glitches. I haven't seen any of the black lines really anywhere that have been obvious. The game's running perfectly, I would say. Okay, we'll come back to this part later. Can't go any further. Let's go back where we were. Okay guys, we're going to stop the video here, and when we come back into the next gameplay part, we'll go to the other side and look at the other half of the lower floor of this Volberg factory. So I appreciate you watching. I hope you're enjoying this so far. We will see you in the next video.